What am I trying to say? This is beautiful. Look at this. I'm a black person and I'm not supposed to walk through her because we don't do these things. Let's do this. And all I can say is, but God. All the deets. Shut up! I'm saying we because we're on this journey together. Hey guys, welcome to my first reflective vlog. This is a reflective vlog because honestly, your girl's been going nonstop since getting home, and at this point I was just done for. I needed a break. I needed to get out of the house. I wasn't feeling good. I needed to ground myself in the grass, not put on any music, not be distracted by Instagram, not think about work or what I'm got to do for the rest of the week. I just needed a moment to pause. So in videoing and even editing this video, I wanted to make sure that I honored that moment. I honor the state of mind that I was in at the time of shooting this. So there's not going to be a lot of music in this one. There are some great moments coming up. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. But at least in the beginning or even at different parts of this vlog, we have quiet moments. So I hope you enjoy them. And if you do, let me know in the comments and I can do more. Okay, I know it's a reflective vlog and all, but I'm not gonna leave y'all in silence. I'm just letting you know, moments like this would usually have music over them, but instead, I'll leave some room for silence. And then I'll also talk your ear off in the meantime. But no, guys, so the reason why I just needed this moment is because my social life literally in England was probably like a 5%. Coming back to Bermuda, it goes all the way up to 100 very quickly. People either want me to be here, you got family functions, people want me to sing, I have to go to practices. I'm also still adjusting to being back home. You got birthday celebrations and everything like that going on. And so it's a lot to adjust to. It's a lot of stimulation for me. And I just got to the point where I was just like, no. I wasn't taking the best care of myself. And I also think this contributed to me getting a cold because I was going. I think a couple of nights before this, I was at a friend's house till I didn't get home till about 1:30. Like, what am I doing? So it's definitely been interesting just trying to find that balance of being active, being present with my friends and catching up with everybody, but also just taking a moment to be still and to be able to say no when I know that I need to rest or I know I have a lot going on and it wouldn't work best for my schedule if I commit to everything. So that has literally, even to this day of me editing it, has been something that I'm still balancing. And I have taken quite a lot of these quiet, reflective moments since moving home. But let me not let future Waynisha interrupt where current Waynisha, the person in the video, is at the time. I don't want to be a spoiler for y'all. Also, I cannot let this moment pass without telling you guys that this is literally my favorite place in Bermuda. Hands down, I can sit here for hours and not feel it. It's so therapeutic to me. It's so peaceful. This video is sped up right now, but please know when I went to go, before I sped it up, the time was 45 minutes. And I didn't even realize how long I had been there, but it just felt so good, especially in feeling sick. It felt so good to just get some vitamin D, to get out in the sun. At this point, it's not fully summer, so it was still quite a little bit damp, so I'm glad I have my jacket on. But yo, this was everything. Like, I didn't even want to go home, which you could tell I didn't want to go home based on what happens next in this video, but I'm gonna let y'all get to that point. But no, seriously, this is by far one of my favorite places to be in Bermuda. If you ever see me here, it's because I either have extra time, I am on my lunch break, or I feel extremely stressed and I just need to get away. Hey guys, we're out here. Afternoon. Hi. Hi, fine, thanks. One thing I love about nature is that it kind of reminds me that my problems ain't that big, that whatever I'm going through, it always becomes so small when I just take a moment to just be outside. It just gives me this thing of, you know what, everything's going to be all right. Because when we look at the movement of the water, when we look at the birds, when we look at everything around nature, just the trees and how they grow, the ecosystem itself, agriculture, when we just look at all of those things, I'm always reminded that God is in control of them. They are not conscious, they are not doing like something to keep themselves alive. It's all God. And I love that. The fact that I have to walk all the way back is tiring. Hello, beautiful people. Hey, guys. I finally found a spot that's not too breezy, but that's still quite scenic because your girls just wanted to be outside lately. Look at this tree. I've just wanted to be outside. Oh, I have been sick this week. I think it's just the dampness, adjusting to the difference in weather. Bermuda is an island, yes, but it's very damp and it's very humid. And I don't have a proper jacket. Like, this is my windbreaker, but other than that, I don't have a proper jacket for me to be protected from the dampness. So I did come down with something. Hello. So I had your girls sick and shut in, but this place is called Blue Hole. I came here in December when I was visiting, and there's a specific place that I'm looking for. It's called Blue Lagoon, I think, or Blue Hole Lagoon. I don't know. I know there's a Blue Lagoon in Jamaica. Maybe I'm getting them mixed up, but yeah, I did want to just come here, and I really just wanted to find a quiet place to just tell you guys how my 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks at the end of this week, how that's been going, what it's been like to be back home, adjusting to being back home, just all the deets. This is this little pathway, and I don't know if you can hear it, but the ocean is at the end of this, so clearly we're in just a little bit of an exploratory mood today, especially after being locked in the house for a couple of days. I'm just like, yes, I'm ready to get out. I'm ready to do all the things. Oh, this is beautiful. Look at this. Look at this. Just listen. Just listen to the ocean. Take off my shoes. Gonna have a bit of mindfulness. Isn't it beautiful? Guys, this is God's canvas. This is this is not a bang. This is not a set of molecules that came together from nothing and created all of this. This is God. For anyone, how do you know God is real? This is how I know. Just one of the very small ways. But this is how I know. How can nothing turn into this? This! How can nothing turn into this? Entire just ecosystem that works together so brilliantly. And you're telling me. That was a bit of a spontaneous little stop. Now I'm looking for my shoes. Okay, I found them. As I was at the other place just now, a few people started fishing. And one guy started fishing, as you guys saw. So I started to record him. Then, like 15 minutes later, this other guy came. And I was just like, okay, so does this turn into fishing dock after 5 o'clock or something? And Ace Boy was swinging his fishing rod like nobody's business. And one of my fears is being near someone who's fishing and they throw their rod and it just gets stuck in some part of my body. Ooh, that's just what happens when you watch too much like Grey's Anatomy and medical shows and you see them with all these freak accidents. So yeah, I'm gonna stay clear. So eventually I got up and I was just like, okay, let's move. Time for a new place. So we are now gonna go and see if we can find the lagoon. I'm gonna call it a lagoon because that's all I can think of what it's called. Last time I rode up here, so it was a lot easier. What am I trying to say? With the feet, we go. There's so many different parts to this park, and I think this is that bit where you're just like, I'm a black person and I'm not supposed to walk through her because we don't do these things, but for some reason I'm just feeling brave. Hopefully y'all end up seeing this stuff and I make it out all right. But there is a hotel. Anybody in these bushes? Okay. There is a hotel that is across from here called Grotto Bay. And I think this is a part of the cave. Don't worry, we're gonna go in there one day because I love swimming in there. Okay, so this is a part of the cave at Grotto Bay. I don't have on the right shoes for this. If my parents are watching, guys, I promise I'm being careful. But yeah, that's what's down there, and that's as far as we need to go. But look at this. Oh, look at this. All right, let's go. Yup, I don't watch horror movies for a reason. I'm good on that one. Back to the light, where I belong. Thank you, Jesus. That's a whole sermon, you know. That's a whole sermon. That's a whole sermon. When you are on a path looking for one thing, don't get distracted. Don't go exploring somewhere that you ain't meant to be. Stay focused. So this is the part that confused me before. There's a part that goes up. This ends up being a dead end. So I don't know. Let's see what this is. Okay, no. That's not where we're going. So let's keep going straight then. I do know that this turns into a dead end. There's a park at the end, it's quite small. But then there's a walkway that goes downward. So maybe that's what I'm looking for? Yeah, it's right there. That. That's the park. Back there. So let's see what's down here. Okay, I don't remember it being like this. This isn't it. I mean, yes, this is beautiful, but this is just overlooking the beach that I was just at. Oh. Okay. Oh, this is it, guys. This is it. I haven't been here in years. When I say years, I mean years. Oh, look at this. It's gorgeous. Worth the wait, right? Worth the wait.
Me being the genius that I am, I left my shutter home. So, I gotta try to take pictures on a timer. That's fun. See, you don't know when it goes off. You don't know if it's a good picture or not. You just gotta go. I like the back one better. This should be 10 seconds. Probably shouldn't take off the jacket. Let me fix my shirt. 9, 8, 7, 6. Okay, should be 10 seconds by now. 8, 7, 6. The thing is about a fake laugh is that you actually start to laughing at yourself because you're laughing unauthentically. You know what, little side note, I am really enjoying the experience of being able to see myself on camera versus the image I've had of myself in my head. Let me say that one more time, but let me blow my nose. I'm really in... Oh, I said I was going to say it again. The image that we have in our heads of ourselves is not always the image that we actually are. Like, it's not. And I don't know who needs to hear this, but honey, record yourself. Break down those walls. See yourself in all of your glory. See your beauty. And I think it's multiple things. Oh, my knees are getting kind of tight. I think it's multiple things, but I really think I'm starting to see myself the way that God sees me. And I'm also just starting to see, like, who I am. And I'm beautiful. And it feels good to say that and to believe it and to not look back at a picture or a video of myself and be like, eh. I mean, don't worry, I still have my moments. But, yeah, this has been pretty awesome in that aspect. All right, so back to catching a picture, eh? Well, if you're actually looking at the camera, it flashes for you. Man, tired. Let's do like 2 more. Woo! You all right over there? I can't see when it's done and I forgot to count. 10, 9, 20. I wanted to visit the lagoon, not end up in the lagoon. Okay? So actually I should take a picture of me. Let's do this. I don't know when it's finished. Okay, it's finished now. Put my jacket on, like I ain't got a coat in these streets. Fix it for me. Oh, I don't look like that works. Do I need to blow my nose? It's a whole sick and shoddy in ministry over here. Listen, Lord Jesus, as I talk to these people, Father, please don't let any spiders that might be habitating up in this tree come down while I'm here. Y'all could come down any other time, but please, no spiders, no insects, no cockroaches, no moths. Just stay where you are, all right? I talk a lot, so give me about 10-15 minutes, and then you're good. Hello, beautiful people. Ooh. It's been almost 3 weeks. Saturday coming will make 3 weeks since I've moved back to Bermuda. And it's actually been pretty amazing. I've been sick this week, if you can't hear it. I am getting a lot better. I don't sound as congested as I have been in the past, so we thank God for that. Today has been a good day. I really wanted to get out and about and just get into nature, get some vitamin D. So as you can see, I've done that as well. And then when I go home later, I'm gonna edit a video. So yeah, guys, we're really like doing this whole YouTube thing. We've moved to Bermuda. I'm saying we because we're on this journey together. Although it's really me, just seeing me in the camera. We are on this journey together. So I thank you for being here. But Seriously, God has been so amazing. Even as I just sit here in the stillness, you just hear the birds. You can see the water, the wind over the water just moving gently. Like this afternoon, since I've been out, all I can remember, or the scripture that's coming to my mind, is "Be still and know that I am God." I realized that I've had a lot of stillness in England. I didn't have a huge community in England, at least not people who were quite close to me in proximity to my house. So a lot of times, I had that self-care time. I had that one-on-one time. I had, time to do my nails. I had time to just do stuff because there wasn't things that were demanded of me. And I think with me getting sick this week, it was a nice reminder. It's like, hey, just be still. People will always need something from you. People are going to be excited that you're back. There are going to be things that I'm not going to want to miss because it's just like, okay, I'm back now. Let's do everything. And it's like, no, just take your time. Like, make sure you're still taking care of yourself. The first week and a half, probably really 2 weeks since I've been back, I've just been eating like all the food that I can't get in the UK, or like my favorite foods like chili, turkey bacon. Yes, I told y'all I'm a flaxseed vegan, so don't watch that. Just enjoying things, and my body's not used to all of that. It's not. My body is very much so used to large amounts of broccoli, so carbohydrates, and some type of vegan protein. And I also think that kind of just contributed a bit as well to just me getting sick. So I'm not mad at it. I'm fine. I have reeled all of that back because number one, it's very expensive. And number two, it's just not great for my health. And I don't want to gain a lot of weight. Being back in Bermuda, I still want to be a good size. Ideally, I'd like to drop one more size in what I am, but in due time. I'm not putting a whole bunch of pressure on myself. I'm not like, oh, I can't eat this. Moderation is such a beautiful thing. And after doing so many diets, it's just like, Wenisha, just have a healthy lifestyle. And weight loss will be a beneficiary of that lifestyle. So I don't know how I got onto that, but like there's just so many things, guys. Like, ooh. So when I was in England, no, you know what the most important thing is? This morning when I got up, I was watching this girl that I watch on YouTube, Janelle Wright. And she was just talking about how she's recently come back to God and how she had just gone away for so long, and how like she listens to the Bible when she sleeps, and when she woke up this morning, it was at a specific verse just around alcohol, which is something that she said she struggles with, and just trying to see, should she give up alcohol? Anyway, that's her battle. But as I was listening to her, I was reminded of 2 years ago? No, this had to be, I think 2 years ago. I was praying for something specific. And y'all, when I say specific, I mean specific. Okay? It couldn't get no more detailed than how I was praying. And I was asking God to answer me, and to just, answer me. Like, just let me know, Lord, what am I supposed to do? As I was listening to her story, a friend of mine also texted me where she was reading the Bible this morning, and God had gave her peace and set her free from something. And in the midst of all of that, God brought back to my memory that moment where I was praying for something so specific. And that was the first time in my life where I heard God's voice. Not like a nudge of the Holy Spirit. I mean, audibly heard God's voice, and it woke me up out of my sleep. It was amazing. Hands down, the best experience I've ever had with God. And I wish I could describe his voice to you, but I can't. I can't. It's soft, but it's powerful. it's peaceful, but it's demanding. It's so many things. It's just like, oh, okay, God, I heard you loud and clear. And so the funny thing that he told me, well, it's funny now that I look back, but he told me, when I want you to move, you will know when to move. That's exactly what he said, and that's all he said. Homeboy just dropped it. Mic drop. Bam. I'm good. Figure it out for yourself. So me, and my very limited wisdom, I went ahead and interpreted that to mean what I wanted to mean for what I was praying for at that time. And so now that I look back, there was only one moment where I actually thought of it being something outside of what I wanted it to mean. And I was like, well, what if God means when he wants me to move location wise? But I was like, nah, that's not it. And it's so amazing because now that I look back on the journey of me coming here, it all makes sense. And this was like 2 years ago. So it's beautiful to be in a place that 2 years ago God knew that he wanted me here. For what reason? We're still figuring that out. And I don't even feel the pressure to know. I'm being obedient. I'm here for the journey. I'm gonna enjoy the journey. So yeah, just remembering that, and now actually being here and being like, wow, God, that's what you meant. And I almost wish that I would have stopped for a moment and removed myself and what I want from the equation and asked God, what do you mean by this? Continue to open my eyes, continue to open my spirit to what you actually mean and not what I want it to mean. It's funny how he said, when I want you to move, you will know when to move, because God changed my heart in December when I came back. I'd never been keen to coming back to Bermuda. I told you guys that. And so it was like, I knew that he wanted me back. So therefore I became open to looking for jobs in Bermuda. I became open to moving back to Bermuda. And there are so many different things that come with me being back, just being around my friends, working with amazing people. Being able to be back and sing with a group called Last Call that I absolutely love. Please look them up. They're called Last Call. Amazing gospel artists, amazing man of God, and amazing friends. Being able to just explore Bermuda, moments like this, take moments of peace. And the thing is like, he didn't just throw me into a full-time job, because that's what I wanted. If you listen to my first video, or even my second view video, I say, oh God, I want a full-time job. There goes Winnie Shay, being Winnie Shay. Not leaving any room for God. But I have 2 part-time jobs. And in that moment, my Tuesdays and Thursdays are quite light, to where I have time to do things like this. I have time to work on other things that God has put inside of me that I believe that he wants me to give attention to, that he wants to make sure that I birth them. Whether that is making amazing skincare for people, making someone laugh or smile, or inspiring someone through this YouTube channel. Like it's working out in a way that I couldn't have even imagined or planned for it. And all I can say is, but God. But God. And it's honestly, it's an honor. It's an honor and it's a privilege to live for God, to see him moving in your life, to know that you have been obedient and you are exactly where you need to be. And there's also a peace that comes with that. On Saturday, I wanted to see my grandmother, and I called her up on Saturday morning to say, hey, what are you doing this afternoon? Can I come meet up with you? I just want to see you, spend some time with you. So my grandmother, being who she is, was very much so like, listen, chicken, I got plenty of y'all by my room at the house. Okay? Mind your business and leave me alone. Don't come up in my video making all this noise. Oh, you got audacity to come step up on the steps, eh? Come. Hey. So I wanted to spend some time with my grandmother. So she ends up saying, oh, well, if you're going to come see me, you might as well come and sit in church with me. Which is not something that I wanted to do, because I planned to go to church on Sunday. And what I don't want to do, what I will not be doing, I'm going to say that as if I have control, because I do. I don't want to go to church on Saturday and go to church on Sunday, because that doesn't really give me much balance for other things that I would like to work on. Doesn't give me much balance for rest. So it's interesting being back home and adjusting to other people's expectations of me going to church on a Saturday and having to create those boundaries to say, well, actually, I'm looking for a new church home and it will be somewhere on a Sunday. So that is going to be interesting. But the reason I'm telling you about this is because this lady, she came up to the car that my grandmother and I in. And first she says to me, oh, wow, first of all, she says, oh, are you Winichi? Winish? I said, my name is Wainishe. Right? That was number one. I said, it's Wainishe. Then she says, oh, wow, you're a beautiful girl. I said, thank you. She said, I don't know why. She said, I don't know if I just didn't look at you before, or I wasn't paying attention, or maybe you just grew into it. So I'm just like, I'm like, Jesus, I don't know how I'm supposed to take this. I'm already done with this conversation at the way she butchered my name. But I'm going to be nice. So, and the thing is, like, I know my own struggle, okay? I didn't always have the confidence. I didn't always dress quite nicely. You know, I was a very insecure kid that wore very baggy clothes because I was hot. I was fat. You know, so I get it. I'm not going to say, ooh, I've always had a little glow in my life, because I haven't. But I'm just like, if you're going to give a compliment, don't give a backhanded compliment. Just say, you're a beautiful young lady. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. That's all you had to do. So anyway, she says, oh, are you going to be coming back home to church? So she meant that church, because that's the church I grew up in before we went to another church, which was a lot more liberal, which caused a whole bunch of commotion on the island. But that's a whole nother story, child. So anyway, I said, no, I'm going to be looking for another church home just to see where I belong. And so she was like, oh, you don't want to come back to your home? So my grandmother, and her beautiful self, ever so nicely says, oh, no, she's not Adventist anymore. And a part of me is like, you know, you just want to give your grandma the side eye, like, ma'am, don't be out here telling all my business. We don't have to do that. So anywho, she started to ask me, oh, why are you not Adventist anymore? This and that and that. And I go in and I said, well, there's a few things that I just don't agree with. I said, it's not because of people. I'm not in church because of people. People cannot cause me to leave church. I'm here because of God, right? Because if I was in the church for people, I would have left a long time ago, but I'm not. So I said, yeah, there's a few things doctrine-wise that I really just don't agree with. And she was like, oh, wow, I find that so interesting. Da-da-da-da-da. So then after, she was like, oh, well, can I ask you what the doctrines are? And this is where I'm learning that it's okay to set boundaries with people and it's not considered as rude. Because at that point, after all of the conversations I've had with people that I know who are still Adventists, who now know that I'm not Adventist, out of all the conversations, I should know by now, let me not say no one. I should know by now that majority of the people are not genuinely interested in my journey. They are just genuinely interested in proving me wrong. So why have the conversation? The conversation is never, well, how are you in God? How have you been since you're no longer Adventist? How do you feel? The conversation has never been about, woo, it's just a leaf. All right, Lord, that's fine, because I didn't say the leaves couldn't drop. I just said spiders, insects, cockroaches, and bugs couldn't drop. So we'll go it. It's just a leaf, false alarm. Yeah, people are not interested in me, my journey. They don't ask where I am spiritually, which I am literally in the best place spiritually I have ever been in my life. I can now say I understand what grace is. Not in a sense of, oh, I understand what grace is, so I'm about to go out here and do a whole bunch of foolishness because I know I'm covered. No. I understand what grace is so that I don't have to beat myself up every single time I sin and wonder, why on earth am I not sinless yet? That's what I mean. Like, I understand what God's love is and his unconditional love. I can have the confidence to say that I am saved right now. Even with the things that I struggle with, I can have the confidence to say that I am saved. But I don't want to go on a tangent because this video is already at 20 minutes. But in the conversation with the lady, she literally stood there and talked to us for 15 minutes, assuming all of the things that I now believe without even giving me the opportunity to say where I was. And I had to decide at that point, because after that, it messed up my mood. And I don't like the fact that it messed up my mood, but I'm aware of that it did. When it comes to having these conversations with Adventists that I know, that I grew up with, that know me from when I was younger, it's interesting. And when you go against something that you were literally indoctrinated in as a kid, Sabbath school, grade school, church every Saturday, all your friends, SDA, the high school that you went to, SDA, the college you went to, SDA. When your entire life has been surrounded by that, and you now go a completely different direction from how you're taught, there's a lot of internal turmoil that comes with that. There's a lot of doubt that comes with that. There's a lot of second guessing yourself. Even though I can clearly read Galatians, and I can clearly read Colossians, and 1st and 2nd Corinthians, and I can see and experience and feel the gospel in its truth. Even though I still have that, I can still feel all of those feelings because it's so deep within me. So that's been very interesting, and I didn't know to expect that coming home. But it's one thing when you know to expect it, it's another thing when you actually run into it. Because your girls still weren't prepared. But now you're not going to catch me slipping. And the difference is, there's one person that I'm quite close with, and we were supposed to have lunch yesterday, but I had to cancel because I'm sick. And and I thank God for his timing, because the church that I'm a member at, in December, I told the pastor that I would like to have my membership removed. And they finally did the process the first Saturday that I was back. And so I had them went to choir practice that time. And she was like, this is the person that I'm close to. She was like, oh, they read out your name saying that you wanted to transfer out and stuff like that. I just wanted to check on you. Are you okay? She was like, do you still believe in Jesus? I was like, yes. She was like, okay, because I was just saying that spirit within you is too strong for you to not believe it. I was like, don't worry, I still believe in the Lord. Jesus, we still here. But you see how different her approach is to the other lady? Like, she legit was like, I'm so interested to just hear your journey. I'm so interested to hear it. And she was like, nothing else. I have no agenda. I just want to hear your journey. If someone comes to me like that, I am more than willing to talk about it. But other than that, honey, keep it to yourself. Okay? So, yes. This is me talking for about 25 minutes. And some other humans are coming, which they're going to make noise. Shut up!
See, we're meant to see each other. What are the odds of this? Welcome back.
Bye, guys.